Salutations, crustaceans. I'm Lobster, and today we're going to be pushing the boundaries, or at least slapping them, with the FGN Boundary Series Mighty Jazz bass. Let's check it out. This is the FGN Boundary Series Jazz bass. The Boundary Series is the entry-level line from FGN, featuring the Boundary Jazz bass and several guitar models. These handcrafted instruments feature a Japanese basswood body, one-piece maple neck, and a granadillo fretboard. It's comparable to rosewood from what I understand. This bass also features two jazz-style pickups and passive electronics. The control layout is volume-tone, and other than that, it's a basic jazz bass. This particular model has an MSRP of around $650, but can usually be had in the mid-500s. Coming in right around where the Mexican Fenders start, is this a good alternative? Well, let's find out. You guys know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand can turn back to normal. Thanks. So out of the box, this thing is actually really nice, especially for in the mid 500 bucks. The one thing that stands out to me and most of my FGNs is the neck. The necks are incredible on these things. This one has much more of a modern jazz profile with a nut width of around 38 millimeters, as opposed to a 41 or 42 millimeter nut width on a vintage style instrument. This neck profile is actually very similar to the FGN Expert Jazz that I have, which is their top of the line jazz model. In the lap, this thing does feel a little bit neck heavy, but it's not unbearable. Now I know when you normally think basswood, you think very lightweight. This Japanese basswood, on the other hand, is not that lightweight. This particular instrument weighs in at around 8.8 pounds, which makes it a normally weighted jazz bass. Moving along to the body, this particular example is finished in a 3-tone sunburst, and I particularly think it's very nice. There's several other colors that you can pick from. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'll show them here. Those finishes are also available. The gloss on the body is a really nice gloss. It's not sticky at all, and it just feels really premium. The quality in this instrument is something that you'd normally expect for something around $1,000. And at around $500 to $550, these things are really nice. The pickups that are used are in-house FGN pickups, and the electronics are a standard volume tone, as I mentioned previously. Let's go ahead and explore the tones of each of the pickups individually and then both together. Let's start out with the neck pickup. Now off the bat, I am getting a bit of single coil hum, and that's to be expected with these pickups, as they are single coil jazz pickups. I don't expect these lower end models to have that much shielding. Now let's bring down the tone to 50% on our neck pickup. Now let's bring down the tone all the way. Not bad. It feels like they're using high quality components here, both with the capacitors and the potentiometers. The tone knob actually does something when you turn it, and it's not just an on and off switch. It basically works like it's supposed to, which is nice. Next, let's check out the bridge pickup. Not bad. Now let's take down the tone to 50%. And let's take down the tone all the way. Nice. Now let's check out both pickups together. And let's take down the tone 50%. And finally, let's take down the tone all the way. Not bad. I think this thing has a great range of tones, especially for a passive jazz bass. Now, let's check out how she slaps. Man, this thing's a lot of fun to play. This has what appears to be a standard Fender-style 5-bolt bridge that can be replaced with a numerous amount of high-mass bridges. On top of that, you can probably upgrade these tuners, upgrade the pickups, and hey, maybe even throw in a preamp. This thing is already punching well above its weight, and modifying it just a little bit will make this thing your own and make it perform even better. The noisy stock electronics are a little disappointing, but not unexpected at this price range. Outside of that though, the fit, finish, and playability of this instrument is top notch. So what am I going to rate the FGN Boundary Series Jazz Bass? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and rate this bass 4 claws out of 5. I think that the Boundary Series is a great value and a great platform for modification, or a great upgrade from an entry-level bass like a Glary or a Squire. That being said, I can only really knock this thing for the pickups that aren't even that bad. Just a little bit noisy when soloed. Well, there you have it. The folks at FGN Japan have churned out another great instrument. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about the FGN Boundary Series Jazz Bass. And as always, until we groove again.